time, if everyone would please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Board members, at this time, we need to approve our agenda. We do have a few items that we need to add to the agenda tonight. The first one is to consider contract with Southern Kentucky Speech Therapy for speech therapy services. And I would like to make a motion to add this under item K. I have a second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of adding item K to our agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. There's another item we need to add, and that is to consider posting one instructional monitor position with the primary duty of supporting contracted speech therapy for the 23-24 school year. And I will make a motion to add this under item L. Second. I have a second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of adding item L to our agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. There's another to add, and this is to approve redistricting done by Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court June the 8th, 2023. This needs to be added under item G, and I will make a motion to add item G. Second. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving item G to the agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we have another, and this is to surplus and dispose of Muhlenberg South Middle School weight equipment, and this needs to be added to the consent item H. I'll make that motion. Second. Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of adding consent item H to our agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Are there any other additions to our agenda tonight? If not, I need a motion to approve the amended agenda. I have a motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving the amended agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We'll move down now to recognitions. Ms. Embry.
I'm back here behind you. Well, good evening, board members and all of you guests. You can see why this is beta, because we have plenty of room for you. So welcome tonight. I'd like to start by recognizing our 2022-2023 retirees who have provided a combined total of over 655 years of service and education. There were 28 of those, and I'd like to just read their names. Rick Million, Karen Shepard, Judy Bullock, David Ford, Angeletta Mallory, Angel Peary, Sherry Miller, Betty Moore, Mary Curtis, Pam Rose, Danny Tucker, Lisa Thompson, Sandra Knight, Karen Rice Bowley, Chrissy Davis, Doug Gloyd, Tara Whitmer, Karen Rayleigh, Brent Hardison, Tammy Vincent, Jimmy Fleming, Melissa Sutherland, Michelle Mathis, Emily Rhodes, Melody Browning, Brad Phipps, Sam Rager, and Doris Jean Moody. Congratulations again to those retirees. Now I'd like to draw your attention to the accomplishments of our junior and senior beta clubs who represented Muhlenberg County well at both the state and national conventions. If we can remember way back when, in January, all of these clubs went to state convention, and then many of them went on to nationals, which were in Louisville this summer. So all three clubs, North Middle, South Middle, and the high school, placed in a variety of categories. Fingers crossed I have everyone included on my list to recognize. So students who are out there, as I call your name, I would ask that you come forward because we have a certificate for you if you're not in a group setting, but even in group, I need for you to come up on stage and we're going to take a photo. So I will begin with North Middle. If I call your name, would like you to come and remain standing until I do all of North Middle, and we'll do a group picture. All right, from North Middle at the state level, the following individuals placed. Miss Reagan Lear. She is the Kentucky Junior Beta Secretary. Reese Harper placed 5th in 6th grade science. If Madeline Fields wants to make her way, she's next. Madeline Fields placed 3rd in recyclable art. This next group will be Gabe Thomas, Blair Barber, and Reese Willis. Gabe Thomas, Blair Barber, and Reese Willis placed 5th in technology. The club won 1st place in apparel design and the Gold Key Award at state. Now at the national level, Reagan Lear placed top 3 for National Junior Beta. Congratulations. Then Blair Barber, Madeline Field, Lane Harper, and Jenabeth Davis. Come on down. These individuals placed 3rd in project proposal at nationals. Lane, you're representing. And the club at nationals placed 2nd in apparel and 1st place with the campaign skit. So this is a large group. Those who participated in this skit were Lane Harper, Reese Harper, Aiden Halcomb. If you're here, come on down, or you might be already on the stage. Caden Cobb, Ethan Carey, Bryson Butcher, Elijah Loney, Xavier Richardson, Preston Moody, Ethan Dossett, Silas Dwyer, Dakota Law, Taylor Johnson, Reese Willis, Nevaeh Dwyer. You can go on and line up right with them. Thank you, sir. Alyssa Grogan, Michaela Lee, Shaylin Dieter. Ella Gates, Shaylin Hambrick, Rayleigh Pentecost, Carly Underwood, Jenabeth Davis, Peyton Armstrong, Blair Barber, Madeline Fields, Sophia Long, Riley Uzzle, and Ashlyn Clement. This was your your campaign skit winner.
All right, right here, everybody. Big smile. Thank you. Congratulations, Fort Middle.
Now from South Middle, would like to say congratulations to Addie Oates, Alana Oates, Kylie Brame, Payson Pentecost, Taylor Light, and Lexi Smith, who placed first in the club trading pin category at state. And then congratulations to Ben Mitchell. Ben's here. Ben placed first in the Performing Arts Instrumentalist category at state, and then placed in the top 10 in the Performing Arts Solo, Duo, Trio competition at the National Beta Convention.
Congratulations, South Middle.
All right, and now on to the high school. The club made school history, beating their record and bringing home 24 wins in a variety of categories at the state convention and several at the national convention. There's so many I've combined whenever they were awarded both state and national. So Haley Hawkins is now the Kentucky State Beta Secretary. That's Haley. This next group, Chloe Sailing, Catherine Kidd, Kimber Eds, and Gracie McPherson placed third in freshman problem solving at state and 7th place in nationals. Miss Lily Cheney placed 2nd in Division I speech at state and 7th at nationals. Isabella Wayne placed 4th in Division II speech at state. Isaiah Ball placed third in technology at state. Bryson Doris placed second in on-site drawing Division II at state. Already on the stage, Miss Zilly Cheney placed first in quilling in state and fourth place in jewelry at both state and nationals. Right? Miss Caitlin Bogus placed first in color photography at state. Miss Maria Bogus placed second in hand-drawn anime, thank you, and fifth place in mixed media at state. Missy, can you help me with our foreign exchange student's name? What she said, fourth place in Spanish in 12th grade at state, and second place in jewelry at state, and ninth place in jewelry at nationals. Isabel, oh, you're going to take it, great. Perfect, thank you. Isabella Wayne placed second in quilling at state. Sarah Miller placed second in agri-science 10th grade at state. Reese McPherson placed fifth in agri-science 11th grade at state. Kennedy Shelton Clark placed third in biomedical 10th grade at state. Sarah Althus? Who? Althusser. Did I say it right? Okay, first place in French. That's why, 12th grade at state and second place at nationals. Sarah, okay. You're so kind. Gracie McPherson, fourth place in science, 9th grade at state. We're almost done. Kaylee McLean, Kennedy Shelton Clark, and Owen Halcomb, 9th place in Meeting of the Minds at nationals. The club won the Gold Key Award for the convention growth and upheld their champion living literature title with first place for a scene from the book Avatar at state and 9th place at nationals. Let me get a group picture of our high school.
Missy, I'll let you give their names. I do know what these are.
Is this living literature? No.
Living literature. Yeah, I can just give the name. So please tell me your name, and I'm going to say it out loud.
project proposal. Okay, give me your name and I'll call you back. Yes. Alyssa Murch. Alyssa Murch. You can go and stand in line. Paige Lewis. Congratulations. Katie Garrett. Congratulations. I apologize, ladies.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
After that workout, I'm finished. Thank you.
And we'll move down now to our treasurer's report. Mr. Blitzinger.
All right, I'm going to talk from behind you all. That's kind of odd. You're never behind us. Next slide. One more. There you go. The beginning balance this for June in June was $37.5 million. This is down by $1.1 million. Receipts were $3.8 million. They are up $92,000 from last month and down $589,000 from the same period last year. Ones of significance, federal is down $555,000. You're in the month of June, they do not allow us to submit federal cash requests. So that's where that is coming from. State is up $88,000, taxes are down $106,000, other is up of $389,000, for a total of $41.3 million in securities and receipts. Next slide. One more. There you go. The expenses was $1.3 million. The accounts payable was up about $356,000 when compared to the same period last year. The payroll was $4.897 million, and that is again due to 4 payrolls that are done in June. And for a total of $6.2 million in expenses. The significant bills in June were to CDW, which were the interactive TVs of $211,000, $146,000. I'd like to note for that there was a significant grant given by the Martin Foundation to help offset those expenses. Performance floor tiling at the high school was $164,675, and that is part of the insurance settlement that was done when the pipes burst at the high school. Payroll is down, however, $201,000 versus June of '22. Next slide. The accounts breakdown, fixed and mixed expenses were about $682,000, utilities expense $120,000, variable expenses of $498,000. Next slide, please. For the breakdown, general fund accounted for $999,000. Fund 2 in the school activity fund was $117,000. Construction, about $79,000. Debt service, $1,000. And food service and daycare was about $104,000. Next slide. The ledger balance at the close of the month was about $35.1 million. The bank balance is $25.8. Outstanding checks of about $1.3 million. And the cash close of $24.52 million. Next slide, please. The breakdown of that cash balance, general fund is about $22.14. That's down about $1.3 million, and special revenue is at negative $2.6 million. That's down about $1.5 million. Next slide. One more. Okay. Extended cash flow needs through November of 2023. We expect to have about 28.8 million in November of 23. What I do want to update you all on is the sale on South Middle. The original guidance that we had received was that we could list it and then take offers. When we did receive an offer, however, it was not one that we would accept, that we discussed. However, when I went to talk back to KDE, they kind of changed how they had given me the guidance, and in that they said, well, we could accept a bid or an offer that was 5% less than the appraisal, which is not something that is going to occur, I would think. So we discussed with them, I let them know, if we do a sealed bid or an auction, that we wouldn't even come close to where we were probably getting offer right at this time. So we discussed it. They did have a meeting last week, and they let me know what we're going to do is that we placed an ad in the Leader News this week, and we're going to do it for the next 2 consecutive weeks, asking for bids for South Middle. Whatever comes in at that point, then we can go into competitive negotiation, and that's when KDE said that they would sign off on something lower than that 5% off the appraised value. So are there any questions on that? Okay. Next slide then. Oh, one more. Are there any questions otherwise?
Any questions? Not, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I make a motion to approve.
A motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we're down to payment of bills and salaries.
I really want to grab this mic and walk out in front of you all, I'm sorry. This month, the July 2023 board bills, as you know, in July, we go into a modified accrual accounting. So this includes bills that were meant to be, that should be paid in June, that get applied to this annual financial report, as well as those in July, the first batch in July. So this month we bring $647,816.73. Of that, about 79,000 utilities, fixed and mixed expenses about 423,000. Variable expenses about 146,000. The significant bills were Timberland Passage, 159,125. Again, that's for the gym floors, so that is part of the insurance settlement that we've already received funds for to pay for that. Lawton Insurance for 100,931. That's insurance, obviously. And then Stalker Sports Floors, which is the lumber for the gym floors, which is also monies that we received from insurance settlement. Any questions?
Any questions regarding bills and salaries? If not, I will need a motion to approve.
Motion.
A motion by Mr. Johar,
Second.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of paying bills and salaries, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I hear none.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll move down now to public participation. We didn't have any. Okay. So we'll move down now to our administrative report. And first off, personnel actions have been given to the board and will be placed into our minutes. And then I'll turn it over to Ms. Orr for the superintendent report.
I don't have anything this month.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Great. And then we have our attendance and enrollment report, Mr. Watkins. Okay. There's no one.
Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up.
You all are boring, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move down now to our board action items, and item A is to consider the second reading for KSBA policy update number 46. Mr. Lau.
Thank you, Chairman Rager and board members. Before I go over this, first of all, I'd like to thank our board members for giving me the opportunity to be with Miss Melody Browning for 2 months. That has been just a great benefit to me, so I thank you guys for allowing that to happen. This action item is the second reading of our annual KSBA board policy, the update. And all of the updates are to the board policies are either required by state or are recommendations from KSBA. Again, these were attached in a letter with KSBA, and we did the first reading last month. So I recommend that the board consider this as the second reading of KSBA board policy update number 46 and accept the proposed changes as written.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the second reading for KSBA policy update number 46, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down to item B, to consider approving the 23-24 student fees.
Thank you. In accordance with our board policy 09.15, all student fees must be approved by the Board of Education. These fees, at one time, we had an allotment of textbook and locker fees. We removed those. And the board does provide all schools with an extra allotment for their site-based funding. But these, a lot of our schools have other organizations or groups that have fees. So this practice requires the board approval, and you have the student fees in your binder. So I would recommend that the Muhlenberg County Board of Education approve the student fee request for each school for the 23-24 school year.
A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Ford. All in favor of considering approving the 23-24 student fees, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We'll move down now to item C, and that is to consider posting a district-wide behavior coach position.
And this position I will add is elementary, and it is a district-wide elementary behavior coach. This position will provide coaching for our teachers to support school-wide and classroom positive behavior and interventions and supports. It is a certified position, and our hopes with this position is through data-driven decisions and early interventions to behaviors. Coach can contribute to improve student behavior, academic success, and just the overall well-being of our students across the district. So I recommend that the board consider approving the posting of the district-wide elementary behavior coach position.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Ford, and I'll second. All in favor of considering the posting of the district-wide behavior coach position, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down to item D, consider posting 5 district-wide instructional monitor 2 positions.
And again, these fall under elementary. These individuals would fall under the direction of our behavior coach. And these are the instructional monitor 2s, 1 at each elementary school. And this position will monitor students on a one-to-one basis, also in small groups and in large groups, just to help ensure safety and also help these students benefit as they go throughout their school and beyond their school career. Part of this would be that these individuals would participate in staff activities and also be a part of some special training programs to make sure they have the information and training that they need in order to be successful. So I recommend that the board consider approving the posting of our 5 district elementary instructional monitor 2 positions.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the 5 district-wide elementary monitor 2 positions, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll go down to item E, and that is to consider posting reading and math MTSS interventionist position at Muhlenberg North Middle School.
Thank you. This is a position at North Middle. It is a new position, so we bring that before the board. Mr. Rager is here if you have any questions, but this position will be responsible for providing individual and small group targeted instruction to students with specific reading and math goals to improve student learning. This is a classified position funded by the North Middle ESS daytime waiver and site-based funds and will only be used for the 23-24 school year. I recommend that the board consider approving the posting of the reading and math MTSS interventionist for Muhlenberg North Middle.
I have a motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of considering the reading and math interventionist position at Muhlenberg North, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Move down now to item F, and that is to consider posting elementary reading teacher district-wide position.
Thank you. This position is for a district-wide elementary reading teacher, and this position will focus and concentrate on our ELL instruction. So this candidate that we end up, if we get this position, will collaborate closely with our other ELL district folk across the district. And the primary role of this position would be to provide those individual supports and foster literacy development among our ELL students. And this position will be funded through Title I funds. So I recommend that the board approve the posting of the district-wide elementary reading teacher.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the elementary reading teacher district-wide position, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to item G, to consider approving the job descriptions for the district-wide behavior coach and the district-wide instructional monitor, 2 positions that we just approved.
Thank you. These are the job descriptions for the positions that we just approved. We have to have these approved by the board. Those were in your packets, those job descriptions were. So I recommend that the board consider approving the job descriptions for the district-wide behavior coach and the district-wide instructional monitor, 2 positions. Again, these are elementary positions.
Make a motion. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the job descriptions for the district-wide behavior coach and the district-wide instructional monitor, 2 positions, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to consider approval of revisions and updates to student code of acceptable behavior and discipline.
Good afternoon, Chairman Rager and board members. I ask that the Student Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline be approved. Kentucky Revised Statute requires that local boards of education must review and update the Student Discipline Code every 2 years. The 2023-24 Muhlenberg County Code includes updates regarding current policy and procedures and personnel. I would recommend the board to consider approving the updates to the Student Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline.
Were the updates, were they automatically just put in there? We didn't get one that was
So
highlighted.
the policies and procedures, I think you all approved earlier today, or tonight, and then the personnel was just changes that have been new positions at the board, like myself, and then I think new principals as well have been updated in the directory.
I need a motion to approve the revisions and updates. A motion by Ms. Bard. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of considering the approval of the revisions and updates to the Student Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And then item I is to amend the fiscal year 24 salary schedule.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. This is to amend as positions are filled and people move around. We're trying to equalize some of the stuff that we've discussed in the past. The first one being is that we'd like to do an addition of instructional monitor 2 position, which will be paid out of category 1 on the hourly pay scale. And the second is the equalization of the Renaissance Center principal, which has now been increased to 240 days instead of the 220 it previously was, and career high school principal on the multiplier page. So we're trying to equalize all of those as we move forward.
Any questions? If not, I need a motion to amend. Motion by Mr. Bowers. I'll second. All in favor of amending the fiscal year 24 salary schedule, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Move down now to item J. And that is to review alternate program policies and procedures. Ms. Penley?
Good evening, thank you. So each year you all are required to review our policies and procedures for the alternate school. And so we do have that again for you to look at. We do have an adjustment that we would like to make, and it's in regard to the reason for referral to the alternate school. And so that adjustment is found on page 3. And it currently reads that drug and alcohol and weapon violations will result in a minimum 18-week assignment. That we're not proposing that changes, but the next sentence we want to add a few words. So it would now read vapes, and then in parentheses, or other objects containing prohibited substances, including but not limited to THC, will result in a minimum 9-week assignment. And so unfortunately, our students continue to get a little more creative in how they bring in that synthetic drug into our schools. And so we want to accommodate that and make sure that we have that documented in our policies.
I'll make the motion to approve. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving and reviewing alternate program policies and procedures, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We'll move down now to item K, and that is to consider contract with Southern Kentucky Speech Therapy for speech therapy services.
Yes, I feel like I've talked to you all about speech every single board meeting. But at this point, we have 1.5 unfilled vacancies for speech language therapy positions. And so we do have the opportunity to enter into contract with Southern Kentucky Speech Therapy for those services. And so a copy of that contract is found in your packet. And of course, this would be for the year. Hopefully by this time next year, we'll be having those positions filled.
Have a motion by Mr. Johar.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the contract with Southern Kentucky Speech Therapy for speech therapy services, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll go down now to item L, and this was to consider posting 1 instructional monitor position with primary duty of supporting contracted speech therapy for the 23-24 school year.
And a condition of the contract that you just approved is that we provide an instructional monitor position to oversee the day-to-day operations of speech therapy for the teletherapist that we'll be using through Kentucky's speech therapy services. And so the details of that can be found on page 2, number 7 of the contract that you just approved.
Need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Have a motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of considering to post the 1 instructional monitor position with the primary duty of supporting contracted speech therapy for the 23-24 school year, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none.
Thank you.
We'll move down now to our board consent agenda items. And this is to approve the minutes of the prior board meeting, surplus and disposal of Muhlenberg South Elementary items in a storage container, approval of the district's ARC and 504 chairpersons, approve memorandum of agreement with Penny Royal Mental Health Center, consider fundraising requests, consider field trip requests, and then the two additions we added, which was surplus and disposal of Muhlenberg South Middle School weight equipment, and approving the redistricting done by the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court as of June 8th, 2023. Are there any questions regarding any of these items? I just want to point out, we did redistrict, I think, several years ago in alignment with the magistrate district, so this is basically, since aren't they redoing? So we're kind of just going along like we did before and matching up our school districts with our magistrate districts, right?
No, student really.
Do what? Oh, not student related. I can't hear it, I'm sorry. Anyway, just to kind of let you all know. Are there any other questions or comments? If not, I need a motion to approve the board consent agenda items.
Make a motion to approve.
A motion by Ms. Wells, second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving our board consent agenda items, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We are down to adjourning. I have a motion by Mr. Bowers. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we are adjourned. Thank you.